Aloha, Ingrid. Don't mind me. I just finished my workout. Look a little crazy, but we're going to get it done. So, I shuffled your cards and I also pulled two oracle cards for you. So, what I was going to do actually was just do like two quick readings so that I could do another one for you as far as what you wanted to know about like your sun and stuff. I will pull a card or two for that, but it's very interesting how your reading ties into, obviously it's going to be a reflection of your energy, and I think there's too much of your energy being spent towards their situation, right? So the theme of your reading, amazing, best card in the deck, the Empress, right? This is the theme of the reading that I've done for you. And so what I can see here in the cards is you're definitely taking you're moving in the right direction. So overall, the advice I give you today, tarot should always be confirmation for you. If it's something that you've not heard of at all, does not resonate with you at all, then it's really not meant for you, right? But this is a personal reading, so this is all for you. So when it comes to you being in your Empress energy, when this is the theme card for me, when I get this as the theme reading, right, what that really shows me is that this whole reading is tying into the completeness of you, right? And so I'm definitely seeing a lot of forward movement. You're moving in the right direction. You're starting to take action. And whether or not it's after this reading that I tell you these things, or you've already, your intuition has been picking up on it. But so when it comes to love, right, you're becoming closer in your relationships. So this could mean, your husband, right? And I know that since your son is someone on your mind, this could also tie into your relationship with your son. But what I'm seeing though is that you've done a lot on your part, and now it's kind of time for you to, sit back and enjoy the fruits of your labor, right? And getting what we deserve. Karma's constantly coming through in a cycle and giving us what we've been sowing. So the good news for you is you've been sowing some really good seeds, right? So what you're getting in return now is the fruit of the work you've been doing in your life. And so when it comes to your son, I'm definitely going to tell you to, stop worrying, because the warning that I do get in this message, right, is how worrying can stop us from enjoying what our birthright is, which is happiness, joy, and peace. Those things are not a state that we should strive to get to, but they should be our baseline state that we're always in. And so when I see these cards coming out one after another in this order, it shows me that you really need to release your worries, because worries can be very detrimental, especially when you are someone closely connected to the situation, right? So it doesn't affect him if his neighbor down the street is worrying about his marriage and his divorce. But what can have an effect is when someone close to him, like his mother, his father, his wife, right? Kids, people that are closely attached to you, that have a giant light thread attached to you, can hold influence over you. So especially as the mothers, when it's that dynamic, mother to child, your job as a mom is to hold that light for him, because our thoughts and our affirmations, the things we proclaim out loud, those things really do have an effect on our children. And the closer you guys are, in bond, in relationship, the more the effect can be. So while he's going through this hard time, the biggest, best advice I can possibly give you is to exude peace to his situation. Pour love on top of the issues that he's having, right? Because when you are closely attached to a situation, you hold power. So with your son, when it comes to what he's going through, every day it would do you a service to step aside and state a few things on behalf of your son. My son is moving towards clarity and peace. My son has joy and fulfillment. My son listens to his inner guidance and is always on time, fully protected, right? Just as much as we will sit and worry about stuff, right? That's like you feeding a plant, but you're feeding it with worry water, not good water, right? So think about how much time in a day you are giving your plants, aka the people, the things in your life. How much time a day are you giving them worry water, right? Not happy water. And we want happy water, because if worrying got you any closer to the issue, I would say worry away. But the truth is, no amount of worrying gets us anywhere with our problems. And actually, it does quite only the opposite, which is perpetuate a thought monster that can actually create the thing that you don't want to happen. And I break it down to you in layman's terms, but when you really learn the quantum physics behind things and the neuroscience behind stuff, I can say it very easily for you guys to understand. But literally, you create a thought monster that can attack your child's situation, you know? And what you need to be reminded too at this time is that the feelings we have, our superpowers are in our emotions for people, right? And you definitely, when it comes to your children, you're on fire. When it comes to the people you love, you're on fire, right? And I think at this time, the best advice I can give you when it comes to your son is to just pour onto that situation love and light. When you step into the room, you're giving him that presence of a mother who has already lived and walked through most of the storms that he's walked through. When you come into a room, you exude, I am a rock for you. You know what I mean? I am proof that life goes on. I am proof that we make it through cycles and things are okay. You know what I mean? Sometimes when we're worried, we can impose that worry. And as a child, right, who has a mom, like when my mom worries about me, it scares me. Honestly, you know what I mean? When I feel her worried, it scares me. Because if you're shaking, oh my God, you know what I mean? So I'm really being told to hone in on the fact that as a mom, you guys probably have a very close relationship, which is why I'm being guided to stress this fact to you. But it's basically to, be the beacon of light for him, and as much as possible to, stop the worrying, right? And if you absolutely have to do it, then do it when he's not around. You know what I'm saying? But it's still detrimental, right? Whether we say it to their face or we feel it in our hearts, right? We need to really do the work and clear it out fully. And that's how you're in alignment, right? And so this ties back into wanting to be in our Empress energy. When we are out of alignment, that's when we're not in our Empress energy. And so for you right now, your alignment issue is that you could be maybe just trying to take a little bit too much control over the situation, whether it's, your opinion or your, worry. So I'm definitely being guided to tell you to just really trust in the fact that we're protected. Trust in the fact that, all things always work for the good of God, even when it doesn't make sense. And collectively, I will let you know that right now where we are, spiritually, psychically wise, there's a lot of reunions coming in. And so in order for those reunions to happen, there is going to be some transitions in order to allow people to be in the proper waiting space to come into union. And so what I'm saying is a lot of, if you've heard about twin flames or, your soulmate, right? Divine partners are being called together right now for the work that's lying ahead for us. And, I definitely believe that you are with your divine partner. And I think that's why you're starting to notice, right, a little bit more of an interest in the things that you're interested in. You guys are starting to crack open that intimacy in a different way while you both explore, and don't ever be afraid to, feel like you're at the beginning of a journey with someone you've been with for a very long time, you know. Part of rejuvenating ourselves is knowing that the more we release and the more we can get ourselves back to that childlike state. And this scripture in the Bible, it was like, only the children, right, could get to the kingdom of God, or you must be like made like a child. And what I've come to know through my own healing process is that what that really means to me is getting yourself back to the point of zero where the trauma hasn't swayed you either which way, because when you can look through the lens of a child's eyes who's never been hurt, who's never been disappointed or made to feel, fear or failure, right? It's the hope that they have, right? It's the hope that, this world, at any drop of the hat, a miracle could unfold. You could be wowed by the numerous, endless possibilities that this planet has to offer. When a child wakes up, they're just ready to take on the day. Ooh, what are we gonna do? Where are we gonna go explore? You can start, with the hard work and do all the what do I need to do in life to heal the trauma. Or you can also make it a point to realize that your power is in your emotion. And if you can maintain joy and peace, you're already ahead most of the world. In the beginning, I realized, wow, if I really wanted to give my audience, a good challenge, it would be stay happy for 72 hours. Can you make it 72 hours being happy? No matter what happens around you, you know what I mean? You lose your job. Somebody's getting a divorce. Your husband gets, angry at something. And the thing about it is at this time on this planet, the people with that fire, that light inside that they are aware of, because we all have it, but only few of us are aware of the power that our fire holds, our light, our divine spark. At this time, I think you've been brought to me too anyways, because we are kindred spirits in that sense. But it's like you also need to know that wherever you reside, your job is to be that beacon of light as well, because what's happening is a bunch of us who are ready and who are aware and who are listening and open to the call. Our job is going to be to ground that light that's coming in. We're going to ground it for the rest of the world. And while the rest of the world begins their process of, oh my God, I think I want more out of life. What's the purpose? Some of us that are a little bit more ahead will be able to hold the door open for people. And so I think that you are someone that is going to be holding the door open for people. And so definitely being guided to tell you, I just got full body chills when I said that. You definitely need to focus on stepping into your Empress energy, because whatever's coming for us collectively, the few of us that are awake right now, it's a big job. And it's a big job in the sense that it's taken us a lot of work to dig our light back out so that the whole world can see it and feel it. There was a point in my life where my spark was like trying to light a lighter and it's out, just that little flint. And I held on to that little flint and it felt like the whole world went quiet around me. And I just held on to that flint, and the journey that your son has ahead of him, no matter how scary it might feel. And as a mom from the outside looking in, when we watch and we can't help, it's one of the worst feelings in the world, because we just want to make the boo-boo go away. But the other part of it is to properly prepare them for life. We have to help them do it themselves, right? And so I invite you to release that burden as a mom that you can carry, which makes you feel like there's something you need to do. You know what I mean? And the only thing you need to do right now is just be the amazing person that you are. Keep being that beacon of light. Keep being that, source of happiness that people can count on. Because I will say, as someone who has been on both ends of the spectrum, when you really do the work, you are given a peace that is unshakable. And not that there's not things that knock us, off, but we know how to get back to zero faster and faster and faster. Because it's not that we get to a point where we're emotionless and we're beyond emotion and I feel nothing but zen. No, we are emotional. That is our superpower, is our feelings, which is why we were never taught much on how to take care of them. But the truth is, If you can maintain joy and peace, you will see massive changes for yourself and the people around you. Faith is knowing that you're enough. Faith is knowing that this transition for your family that might look a little shaky, it's leading towards a better thing. And the truth of it is, the whole world collectively is going to deal with a lot of breakups because why? So many of us never were taught how to become whole ourselves before we attached ourselves to another person and then even created life with that person, right? So holding space, a lot of understanding, and I wouldn't say even so much as forgiveness because it's, especially when you have children, I don't think there was any mistakes made ever, but I think when we realize that we are eternal light beings, the pressure gets taken off a little bit, and knowing that everything's not so solidified. And also just always hold space for the positive, You never know. And when it's not your personal problems, release the burden of feeling like you need to make it yours, because you'll be able to hold more space for your son and be the mom you need him, that he needs in this time, the more you focus on keeping your Empress energy. We don't know what the path ahead unfolds, so you're definitely, though, in your own personal life, you're traveling. I got that from the cards. I saw you here. But you're definitely, enjoying your life, and you're becoming more intimate with your spouse. And if that's not something you've been working on, maybe that's something you need to work on. But when I see the Lovers card, this one came right out after the Empress and with the Chariot, which is always forward movement. It's a very great reading. And the thing about it is, when we're becoming our Empress energy, we do need to make a plan, because we ourselves, we are our biggest project. We are our most important science study. Get curious about yourself like you're the most important, fascinating thing that was ever existed on this planet. And study yourself, like you're an Egyptian pyramid. Get intrigued by you. This universe is a giant loving machine. And the truth of it is, the power we hold, the more you love on yourself, the more you show love to yourself, the more the universe shows you love. Because you're always going to get what you're being, not what you want. And so if what you want around you, for your son, for anyone, what you want around you is you want peace, you want clarity, right? You want happiness. So be that right now. Always. Be clear with your own self and your own intentions and your own thoughts. Make sure that all of your, thoughts, actions, words are in alignment. Because if you're exuding confusion, that's what you will continue to see around you, right? So if you're dealing with someone who's going through a hard time and you want them to get to a place of clarity and peace, the best thing you can do for them is be moving in peace and clarity yourself, right? And so I want to really give you real tools, so that you can get to work with those things and watch it. Do it like that's what I've been doing. That's how I've learned that it works. Take this upcoming season that your son is going through, use it as a science experiment for yourself. See how you can positively affect your outer situations by being the thing that you want to see more of. Have a great day.